Hello, my beautiful people. Today is July 8th, 2021. I'd like to welcome you all to Soulful Conversations. And today I'd like to start with a prayer to my Heavenly Father. Yahweh, bless our show today that we may have your spiritual guidance and that our show will be successful and fun. In the name of your Son, Yeshua the Messiah, praise Yahweh, hallelujah. Today, my listeners, I have for you a wonderful guest. I would like to introduce Sharlene to the show. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right, we're going to get into some questions I have for you, if that's all right.
That is just fine.
So the first question I have would be, can you tell me what the difference between justice and revenge?
Well, when I think about justice, I think about a thing that is right. You know, we know that Yahweh is the only one that can give true justice. But we know what's right and what's wrong. So justice would be a thing that is fair. Revenge, on the other hand, Yahweh also said that not to be, that, let me see, how did he put that now? The wrath of Yahweh, Elohim, he's justified with his wrath. But we're not supposed to take it into our own hands to be revengeful. Person do something to you, I'm going to give them even. Yahweh said, revenge is his.
Vengeance is mine.
Vengeance, right? Vengeance is his.
Right.
So we're not supposed to be taking that into our hand. It's just like, something's wrong. You tell the truth about it. You want to receive fair justice, but most of the time that don't happen, especially in this world in which we're living in.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. So you're basically saying that you would rather the court system or the justice system do its job.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If they do according to the Bible, they would do their job. But usually they don't do according to the Bible. They do according to the rules and things that they have made up that really suits what they want to do, rather than doing what it's supposed to be doing. Being fair and just.
I got you.
To all men.
I got you. I have another one for you. Okay, so here it goes. What would happen to a society in which no one had to work? And you know that you and I have spoken about this, and I have said over the last 5 or 6 years that everything that we have and that we do and the places that we go, we shouldn't have to pay for it. Haven't I said that?
Yes, we have talked about that many times.
Okay, so what would happen to a society in which no one had to work and everyone was provided enough food, water, shelter, health care for free?
I personally feel like there would be peace. It would be no big eyes and little you. But again, the world in which we live in, people feel like I should be above you. They feel like they're above you, then they should look down at you. That's not that's not the way that Yahweh would have it to be. And we would be equal. Everybody would be on the same equal line. It's like I said, no big eyes, no little you. That's where it would be if everything that you just mentioned was so. Everybody would be on a equal balance. Wouldn't be no need to look down at no races or nothing like that, because we'll all be equal. There'll be more love and more peace.
I agree.
On one level.
I agree. Okay, so here's the next question, and I like this one. What three words best describes Sharlene?
Okay, I would say joy. I say joy because I'm a person that really, most of the time, I'm a very joyful person, laughing most of the time when I'm talking to people. Full of laughter. I'm very grateful because Yahweh has blessed me. You know, when I say blessed me, I'm not necessarily talking about, blessed with physical stuff. I have my needs are taken care of, but I mean, He has blessed me to become more mindful in mind and more understanding of people, more understanding when things happen, how to deal with it and let it go. And also, I'm described as pretty much of a loner. Not lonesome, but I kind of keep to myself. I talk to people, but I don't involve myself with a lot of people just out there. Keep it in my space, in my home. I'm in their space all the time. No, I kind of keep to myself. I'm a loner.
That's cool. I feel as though I'm the same type of person. I can deal with crowds. I can be a team player, but I love me some solitude, like Billie Holiday says, in my solitude. I'm cool.
That's right.
Okay, how about this one? Toilet paper over or under?
Oh my goodness. It has to be over. I don't like it under. You know, when it's facing me, then I have better control of it. I know where it is. Put my hand in, stop it. You know, I don't like it the other way.
So you like it over?
Yeah, facing me.
Okay, I got you.
So pull it forward. I don't like to go underneath the toilet paper to pull it down. I don't like that.
Exactly. I'm the same way too. That's a good one. So let's see where we are. The next one. What would be the absolute worst name you could give your child?
I have to laugh about that because I thought about a program on TV called Shit Creek. That's what they call it, Shit Creek. So shit would be the one of the worst names I can think of. We call it shit.
Shit? S-H-I-T?
Shit. You know, because on TV they have a program, Shit Creek, I think something like that. Shit Creek. And I thought I said, what a title for a program on TV.
Have you watched the program?
I've never watched it too. I see a lot of advertising of it. It comes on weekly, maybe more than once a week. I don't know. I never watched it.
Okay.
I just see the advertisement of it.
I never heard it. I never heard of that. I never heard of that. But so you're saying that shit would be the worst name that you would name your child?
Yes.
Okay, I got you on that one. I have a couple of never have I's, okay?
Oh.
So, never have I shoplifted, yes or no?
No, I've never shoplifted.
Wait a minute. May I disclose your age?
Yes, I'm 76 years old.
And you're...
Every one of those years.
What'd you say?
I said I'm 76 and proud of every one of those years.
Right on, Auntie. I love that. So in your 76 years, you have never, ever, even as a child, shoplifted.
No.
Okay.
I've never shoplifted.
Well, okay. So never have I ever fainted, yes or no?
No, I've never fainted.
Okay. All right. So what about never have I ever been trapped in an elevator?
That's a no also. I've never been trapped in an elevator.
Okay, you want to hear something?
Yes.
Back when I was attending NTI, that's National Training Institute, that was around 1976 through 77. I was training to be a computer service tech. One day our class went on a trip to the city, San Francisco, and I'd say about 8 of us got on an elevator, and the elevator stopped. And so imagine, you know our people.
Yes.
And first it took us by surprise. And then one of the guys that I was fond of, we were friends, but I was still fond of him. He At some point, while we were still at NTI, he drove for a limousine company and he got me on. His name was Stefan. Stefan was on the elevator too. And I don't know if Stefan was claustrophobic, but he was a big guy. He was like 6'9", and he was heavy set, not fat, just thick. And that guy started going 5150, kicking the door and everything. And to me, I didn't panic. I didn't panic or anything. It was kind of funny seeing other people panic. So I've been in that position before. And we got out. I mean, sooner or later, the people that's on the other end, when you hit that button to talk to someone, they got on the horn, talked to us, and finally got those doors open. So it was okay. It was okay.
I'm laughing so hard because you're speaking of this thick-statured man being, possibly he was claustrophobic. But I thought about myself. You know, I mean, if somebody put something like a smell near me, I would freak out too because, I don't care for smells.
So you don't like that particular, I don't know if that's a creature or an insect or what, but that would...
Yeah, smells, worms, maggots, all those things would freak me out. You know, and people probably look at me like, she couldn't be serious. Yes, I am serious. If I had a stick, I would hurt somebody.
Let me ask you a question. If you were stuck in the elevator, would that have freaked you out?
I don't think that would have freaked me out. I would have been concerned as to how long we're going to be stuck in there. Because, like I said, like being a person that's not afraid, a person that's okay with being, with the word solitude, to myself. So that's just like a closed in a sense.
Okay.
And, in the house, I could be in the house for a few days and it don't trip me out.
Okay.
And then there's some gotta be going somewhere all the time. That's not me.
Okay. I got you. But let somebody put one of those bugs or creatures near you and you gonna flip the heck out, right?
Yes. I'll probably be screaming. They think somebody's trying to kill me. Because I tell you something to share with you. I had went to Highland for an appointment or something at one time, and when I left there, it had been kind of a misty day, and I didn't have transportation then, and I was walking. Either I didn't have transportation or my vehicle was parked a bit away. Anyway, the sidewalk that I was about to walk on, as I looked down the way, this grass to be up on the side of little hills like.
Yes.
Grass. Okay. Seemed like every snail that was in that grass must have came out on that sidewalk. And it freaked me out. I ran on the other side so fast, it's just like, oh my goodness, I've never seen something as snails at one time. So, no. I'll tell you another thing, too.
What's that?
When I was living in Los Angeles, I went to take some trash out to the trash can, from the place that I was living at, the people that I was living with. And when I opened the trash can up, evidently they had put something in there with meat or something. All I could see was a bunch of maggots crawling around in there. And I must have screamed so loud and took off running. So I'm saying that was freaking me out just like that elevator was freaking him out.
I got you.
He was claustrophobic probably.
I got you.
Okay.
That was a good one. What about this one? Never have I ever ruined someone else's vacation.
That is true that I have not ruined anyone's vacation, because I'm tell the truth about it. I'm not a person that do very much traveling.
Okay.
And the little that I have done, everything's been fine.
Okay.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. What about how have you changed from when you were in high school?
Well, I am much more wiser. Much more wiser.
Okay. Let's see where we are. I'm going to ask you this one. What has been the best period of your life so far?
Oh, coming to know about Yahweh. In 1975, I was introduced to the Creator, true name, Yahweh. So at the time, I wasn't aware of how good this was because, after being taught all your life that His name is Lord, God, and His Savior name is Jesus Christ, and that these are three different entities, so to speak, not really fully understanding how He is and how He really exists. So after being introduced to Him through another human being that had been introduced to Yahweh, the truth about Yahweh, I began to visit a school where this is being taught about a vision that a man had. Yahweh, Elohim had revealed Himself to one Dr. Henry Clifford Finley in the year 1931. And so as I continued to attend that school, I began to wake up more to the truth as it really is. We're taught in that school to do your research. Don't just take their word or nobody else's word for anything just because they say it. But research and find out whether or not this stuff be true. And nobody has ever talked about tabernacle in no school, no church that I've ever attended. This man talks about how that tabernacle, how that everything go according to that tabernacle pattern. And so, to shorten the question, yes, 1975 was the best thing that ever happened in my life, and that was to find out about Yahweh.
So that was the best period of your life so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful thing. The next thing I would like to ask you, and this was a good one because I've seen commercials where people have done this and the result of their nosing around. So my question is, do you look through the bathroom drawers when you go to the bathroom in someone's house?
No, that's something I don't mess. When I go to the bathroom in anybody's house, first of all, I want to make sure that the toilet seat and whatnot is clean. Now, what I will do when I go in there is lift it up and see if everything is clean. And if not, if there's a toilet brush around, I'll get that toilet brush and try to clean up around that before I proceed to sit. Unless I'm, and if I don't have time for that, I don't sit. I kind of stand, but so for private toilets and whatnot, I don't do that. I don't do that. And something else I do, I don't leave out that bathroom with that toilet looking dirty as it was when I went in there, if it's dirty.
If it's dirty.
If it's dirty when I went in, I don't leave out of there with it being dirty like that because I don't want nobody coming behind me thinking I don't. I had got in the habit of buying a little spray. So when I go in the bathroom, whether it's in somebody's house or out in the public in a store, I always spray that bathroom. I don't want nothing stinking when I leave out, and I don't want nothing nasty when I leave out. I even go as far as to get paper towels. It will clean the sink off. If it's dirty and everything, clean the sink out. Get that soap they got in there and clean it out. Make sure that it's dried off before I leave out there. I don't want it dirty when I leave out because I don't want anybody coming behind me with a dirty toilet. And if the floor got paper on it, if there is the thing that you suction, if it stops up, what you call those things?
Plunger?
Yeah, if there's a plunger in there and there's paper around on the floor, I will get that plunger and get it all in a corner. And if I can't get it up like that with that plunger to put in the garbage can, I just leave that, put it in a corner or something. Because I hate to go to the bathroom and you go out and paper is stuck on your floor and everything. So
I understand, but here's the thing.
I can't hold. If I go out like that, I can't hold until I go somewhere else. No, if I gotta go. Like I said, I'm a 76 young lady.
So what you're telling me is, because I was gonna respond about myself in this situation. Yeah. I thought I was clean. You got me, because if I walked into a bathroom that was like any of the things that you said, I would politely walk my behind out, going through everything.
I'll walk it if I can hold it, but most of the time when I go to the bathroom, it's because I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to try to make it nowhere else.
Is that the 76-year-old talking?
That's what this segment is talking about. I don't know about that.
I got you. I got you. I got another one for you. How about this one? Would you be the leader of your country if asked?
No.
Okay.
I don't like being out front like that. You know, that don't interest me. Some people like that power. I'm not a power hungry person. That I want to be out front and look at me.
Okay.
Nah, that's a little bit too heavy to eat for me to think about. That's at least. Now, if I was asked to be a help some kind of way, I don't mind helping, but before to be out there front like that, nah.
Okay, so I thought differently. I thought that I would, but with help from a particular group of warriors. So if I ever become the leader of a country, I want you on my team.
Right on. I don't mind being a team member, but not that leader.
Okay, we got it. So here's another one. Phone call or text?
Oh, gotta be phone call. I want to hear a voice.
Why?
See, that's a better form of communication to me. Because you can hear a lot. Not that you can't hear a lot when a person is texting. Not that you can't read between those words. But when a person is talking to you, like we're talking now, you hear my voice, I hear yours. There's something about the rhythm of the voice that can tell you a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes people hide behind the texting.
Yeah, people.
You're talking one-on-one like this. You can hear things in the voice that you may not detect with the texting.
I agree. I agree with that. What about this one? Nice car, or nice home interior?
Ooh, that'd be a nice home. I love the house. I love the house. I love to mess around with decorate and all that kind of stuff. Although I don't have the space that I would love to have right now. But it's not to the point to where I'll go out here and try to work my behind off at my young age to try to get something in order to have this house that I desire. It's not that important to me. But if I had the choice, it would be the house.
Okay, want to hear a brief story?
That's fine with me.
Back when Matt, Jermon, and I were living in San Leandro, Matthew and I wanted a car. So we went out to the dealership and they sent us home with a brand new Toyota Camry. Mm-hmm. And they let us keep that Camry for a holiday weekend. Mm-hmm. And I remember we left San Leandro one particular day. I don't remember the holiday, but we went over to my mom, your sister's home. Mm-hmm. And as we were driving along, Auntie, I started thinking that this car is nice and everything, but I would rather have an old car and live in a home than a new car and live in an apartment building.
Yeah, right.
And from that point on, we started pursuing our first home. So I agree with you. I would pick a home over a new car or any car.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't have any more particular questions for you, but here's a surprise question. You can answer it if you want, and you can decline to answer if you want. The question is, which shape best represents your personality?
I never thought of my personality in connection with a shape.
You want some hints and things like that, or you gonna fill it?
I'm thinking about the various shapes. There are circles, there are triangles, there are rectangles, hexagons, and all that kind of stuff. So that's one I never given a thought to.
So let's think of the square, the circle, the triangle. Let's think about those three. Which one of those three?
It's a no-no because we have always uh, put the square with something that wasn't very pleasant. When referring to people, people tend to call for so square,
Okay.
and that's not in a nice way. So I think you said triangle. And you said triangle, square, and what else?
Circle.
Circle. Circle. When I think of a circle, I think of complete. Because you're going around and it's complete. It's just run around. But triangle, when I think of, I still haven't decided. When I think of triangle, I think about the Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua, these three are one. That's like triangular, like three sides, so to speak, but it's one.
Okay.
That's it, I don't know.
Okay, so...
A question is coming through, so I don't know what to do about that. Let me look at it. Hold on a minute. I don't know. I didn't see no name, so that's all right.
So can I share my thoughts on that one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that I think of myself, which shape best represents my personality. I'm gonna say the circle and the triangle. The circle, because the circle, from my perspective, is continuous. That you have to keep moving, and that's my life. I have to keep moving. I always forge ahead. And there are moments where I am, not doing very much, and that's basically when I am asleep. When I am in motion and awake, I'm doing my very best to be the best person, to be the best me that I can be. So I'm a continuous work in motion. And so I think of my...
Now?
Excuse me?
Can I say something now?
Okay. I still have one more, but go ahead.
About what you're saying. So in other words, you're saying that you are always doing things that you feel is constructive.
Yeah, and trying to help people be that person also. I'm trying to lift while climbing. And that circle, because it's continuous, does that. It keeps flowing and flowing. So yeah. And the triangle in me, the triangle has that tip, that point, the highest peak, and then what's underneath that, and then the base. The peak, which is the tip, the middle section, and the base. And I always strive to be at the top. And it's like the position in a business where you have the chief executive officer or the president, and then you have the person that's under the chief executive officer or the vice president, and then you have the employees. So I always think of myself as striving to be at the top of every situation that I'm in. I'm not saying that I do, Auntie. I say that it's my goal, it's my aim to be.
But that's what you've been all your life, but you've been like that. We often talk about the type of person that you've been. You've been a person that was always like an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur. And I have seen since you have been of age, you've been the same way. You always do ideas coming to you, and you pursue them until you have accomplished what you went after. Just like the book. May take you some years, but you accomplished writing it. Also, you've been getting some shady deals, but you still accomplished writing that book. And it was a very good book. I mean, it is a very good book. Not was. It is a very good book because I did read it.
Thank you. So you plugged my book for me, huh?
Huh?
I said you plugged my book for me, huh?
Yeah, somewhat.
So why don't you go in and tell everybody that doesn't know what the name of the book is?
The book is called Stuff. And the reason why I found that it's called Stuff is because of the many things that have occurred in David's life. And there have been like ups and downs and ups and downs, and, he even caused all the jobs, the different businesses, everything that's covered. So it's a lot of stuff going on. That's why it's called Stuff. and there's laughing moments, and there are sad moments. So this is a very well-rounded book to me to read, So I would advise you, check it out.
Thanks for that plug. I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, and then we're gonna chop things up. But have you thought about a shape that best represents your personality?
No, I still haven't. Even though I did describe different things about the different shapes. I said that's something that's just having a. It never crossed my mind. I guess it's not like we was looking at a tree all our life and never realized it was full of wise that was representing Yahweh. Yeah. So until it was brought to our attention, so that's something I'm gonna have to think on.
Okay. I'm gonna share.
I can't say circle. I can't say triangle. Like I said, I talked about what each one of them represent, but not necessarily me. How I see them, because I never thought about it like that.
Okay, I'm gonna share with you. Thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna share with you and the listeners what one of the things that would describe the personality type. For example, the square. If a person had a personality that is represented by a square, that they would say that person loves routine. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If a person would say that a circle best represents their personality, that person is a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, and there are other words that describe that person. I'm just picking the top one. If the person was best represented by a triangle, that person's personal habits is interrupts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't quite know. Well, now that I think about it, I could be described as that peacemaker and an interrupter.
Yeah.
Because I did say circle and triangle, right?
You said circle.
I said.
Yeah, you said triangle because you spoke about the top, the tip, the sharp top, like that.
And it kind of fits me, that interrupts and that peacemaker. So I'm gonna claim that. So I think that we have basically come to the end of our show. What I'd like to do before we close out, a couple more things if you don't mind.
Okay.
My cousin and I were texting today, and I told her to pray that our show turns out together today. And so she sent me a prayer, and she said, may Yahweh Elohim in Yahshua's purpose, pattern, and plan manifest through your desire to put forth conversation needed to be had to steer at the pure mind. So I told her that I would give her a shout.
Yeah.
And I appreciate my cousin Zena for her prayer. And we're going to close. But before I do, hey, Auntie, I understand you can sing. Do you want to end this show with a song for our listeners this time?
Not this time. Because, sometimes I get started. I have noticed, probably after this, right before the pandemic, sometimes I get started, I was in the choir, I started singing, and then I would start coughing. So I don't, even though I be at home, that's something I don't do at home. I don't be right here singing. In my head I might do it, but so far it's like I'm talking to you out loud. I don't normally sing out loud at home. The only time I was singing out loud is when I was mostly at the class, choir rehearsal or in the choir. But after I started this coughing is going on, I had to kind of back off a bit because I haven't found a doctor yet since my doctor left, from Highland, that I trust very much. The doctors are kind of underhanded. I don't know. I don't trust these doctors nowadays, especially with this pandemic. I don't know what they're doing. I got messed over with the dentist. I got messed over with the optometrist. So I'm kind of like, and then the doctor that I did get after my main doctor left, act like she didn't want to touch me. So I didn't feel, I wouldn't go to her no more. I've got letters to come back, no, I'm not going to no doctor act like I'm too dirty to be touched or something, So, anyway, so right now, I'm not really sure about why I get the coughing like that.
Allergies. I would say allergies. I have an allergy
problem. That's what my the other doctor had told me. I have allergy problems. But I'm not one that likes to take a whole lot of medication either. So I guess I'm in one of those situations. Damn if I don't, and might be damn if I do.
Well, we need a healing from Yahshua the Messiah, and that will take care of that cough. So we gonna pray on that one, and you won't need a doctor once Yahshua touches you.
He is the doctor of doctors. And all of that, yeah. This is what's been going on with me all these years. I put it since 2017. I've only seen a doctor one time since 2017, and I've just been trusting in Yahweh Elohim in the name of Yahshua to lead me to some home remedies or something to take care of the little thing that may be troubling me, bothering me.
What they say about faith, Auntie?
Faith is a substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen.
Hey, this is. Hallelujah. Hey, folks, we got to get out of here. It's been nice talking to you, Auntie.
I have enjoyed every bit of it.
Sharlene joined us today. I hope you listeners enjoyed our show. I want you guys to stop by, check us out, join the show anytime. This is Lady J, y'all. Check us out. Ciao.
Bye-bye.